God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Facts, lot of haters. Tell me where they at, though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap, though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Tell me how you really feel. Oh yeah. Tell me how you really feel. Cause I don't mind. No, I don't mind. Tell me how you really feel. Oh yeah. Tell me how you really feel. Oh yeah.
What is up, ladies and gents? It is I, Trinity, back at it finally with another pod. But this is going to be based off of the PlayStation show that took place yesterday. I missed it, but Spooky showed me some footage of, the games they showed, but I just wanted to view it again for myself and tell you how I feel about the games that, they revealed. So I'm super excited. Thank you for being here. I know everybody has watched it already. Everybody and their mamas watched it, but you'll get to hear my thoughts on it. So I sent a link to a few of my buddies. Not sure if they're going to join me. If not, it's all good. I can hold it down on my own. So I hope everyone's having a great, what's up, Ultimate Team Tron? Welcome. It's so great to see you again. But yeah, I'm excited to watch these trailers again and actually give a reaction. Now, I do not own a PlayStation. I own an Xbox, but the games on the PlayStation are badass, and there's a lot of games out there that I would play if I did own a PlayStation, but I don't have any interest in buying a PlayStation at the moment. So anyway, let's get this going and see how we do here. Hopefully it's not too loud. We'll see. Tron, I hope you are doing well, sir. Now this kind of game is up my alley. I would definitely play this. We'll see, Tron. We'll see. We'll see. I'm the type of person that loves like all consoles, all games, but every console has a flaw. There's no such thing as perfect at the same time, so, or perfection. So, I'm a gamer. Let's see. I'm okay. How are you doing? I'm better. I'm still dealing with a stupid cough. I got over being sick like, gosh, 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I still have like this annoying cough. It's gotten better over time, but like last week I was sounding bad. I was like a smoker's cough, so it's died down. But yeah, I'm getting better. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well.
The first 3 years of PS5 have given us incredible stories, immersive worlds, and groundbreaking gameplay from PlayStation Studios and our partners. We've also expanded PlayStation Plus with new features including PS5 game streaming. And with PSVR 2,
so again, I haven't watched
Portal, which released
the
last
whole
November,
show completely yesterday.
Ways for audience to interact with their PS5.
So I'm seeing this
games,
technically
like
for the first time
2,
on my
which
own.
kicks
So
off a year of amazing experiences and diverse ways to play. Today, we're looking ahead to titles coming later this year and beyond, with extended gameplay and announcements.
Now, if I did own a PlayStation, Helldivers would most definitely be on my list, for sure. It looks like something I would play, for sure. Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of this game. I know there's a lot of people hyped for this one. This is my first time seeing it as well. Oh, right on.
Welcome to the world of Stellar Blade. The story begins on post-apocalyptic
Well, enjoy,
Earth,
Tron.
where a mysterious enemy called the UN1TY has forced the human race to flee to an off-world colony.
This looks sick. This is definitely something I would
Players will
play.
take control of Eve, a member of the 7th Airborne Squad. Her mission is to save the planet by defeating the Elder UN1TY. All we
Dang.
must do is complete the mission. While most of the 7th Airborne Squad is lost during their descent from the colony, Eve soon meets 2 new companions. Adam, born on Earth, is in pursuit of an energy source called hypersol.
Make sure to stay cautious. It's where the Alpha UN is.
So this must be 8 or 7.
Oh, okay.
Lily, a member
The
of
only
the 5th
PlayStation I
Airborne
owned,
Squad,
Tron, was
provides
PlayStation
engineering
2,
support.
which I still own, but it no longer works. But I've been mostly on
She puts her
Xbox,
technical
so
knowledge to use by upgrading
I'm
these
enjoying
equipment
myself.
throughout the game.
but again, every console has their flaws, you know, especially when it comes to like games and all that stuff. So there's no such thing as perfect. So
This is Zion.
Miss K,
A city
girl,
built
it is so
underneath
great to see
wasteland
you
by the
again.
last human survivors on Earth.
Oh, it's gonna be on Steam. Okay, I don't know if my computer will be able to run it. I know I got a new computer. It's nothing fancy, but I don't know if I'll be able to play it.
They'll seem a bit
I don't
wary
know.
at first, but will gradually loosen up as Eve shows a commitment to rebuilding the city.
Hello, Angel.
This looks sick though.
We have guests.
I can't believe the angel is here.
Oh, she's
The
cute.
survivors will sometimes ask Eve for help.
Miss K, I hope you've been having a wonderful week so far. I gotta get caught up with your streams again, girl. I've been trying to like
Their requests
recover
will
from
often
this
lead her to the wasteland and the
ongoing
desert.
sickness. So can't catch a break, but you
This
know
place
what?
has
I'm
been
hanging in
overrun
there
by
and staying strong.
mutagens
That's all that matters. So
and malfunctioning machines and robots. supply camp in a place like this.
I like
You'll
her
occasionally
dress. That's
find
tight.
supply stations set up by previous airborne squads.
Man,
At each camp, Eve can purchase various consumable items.
that is really
Acquire new
neat.
skills. Upgrade equipment, and more. She can also take a well-deserved break to restore her health.
Oh,
Eve will often encounter people in need, and other non-human beings who may need her help.
that is really neat.
Whether to assist or ignore them is entirely up to the player. On her journey to defeat the Elder Natiba, Eve will sometimes encounter hostile survivors,
Oh, dang.
or
What in the world is that?
something worse.
Dang.
Eve, what are you going to do after you defeat the UN1TY?
All airborne squad members exist for one sole purpose.
You mean the extinction of all Natibas,
Oh.
right? To think that the point of your existence is to snuff out another species. It is not an easy fight.
It's fine. I can do this alone.
It won't be
But it's
easy.
fine. I can do this alone.
That's the unofficial name for members of the Eve Airborne Squad.
Dang, she's sick.
Feel the hatred, but I can't.
I love how the freaking enemies look in that game as
I
well.
will find it, and I will make it pay.
Opening! It's windy!
I would love to hear your thoughts, chat and viewers, on these games being shown. Like, if I had a PlayStation, I would definitely play this. This looks freaking beautiful.
The drone is different.
This is no longer the drone you knew. So close to the goal, headed to light.
This case expects to run at our NVIDIA GeForce. Oh, okay. This is so cool. Miss K, last year I got Death Stranding for free. Okay, they were giving it away for free on PC, right? So I tried to play it on the Epic app, and it stops during one of the cutscenes, like in the beginning of the game when you play it, when Norman Reedus is like on his bike, and then there's like an error message. I'm like, are you serious? So it's like now I can't play it. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's memory or what. And I'm like, I just got this computer, like, as a Christmas gift, so
십.의 대표이자 게임
I don't
디렉터인
know.
김영태입니다. 이 게임은 우리가 수년간
Star Ocean? Oh, I never
선보이기
played Star
위해
Ocean.
꿈꿔왔던 게임이며
It's a great game.
플레이스테이션 5 그리고 플레이스테이션 스튜디오의 전폭적인 지원 덕분에 그 꿈을 현실화할 수 있게 되었습니다. 기나긴 여정이었고 빨리 팬분들이 4월 26일 스텔라 블레이드를 만나보시기를 기대합니다.
Right. I love Sonic. Love, love, love Sonic. How fun is this, man? Look at that. Man. Sonic has always gotten me hype ever since I was a kid. Like, I just love Sonic. Yeah, this game looks sick. I got Death Stranding for free too. Still ain't played it. And at least you'll be able to run it. I'm struggling, so I don't know what's going on with that. Shadow. Now Shadow is my boy. And his levels are always freaking metal. Like, they're dark and gritty and just, I love it. That's gonna be awesome, for sure. Again, if I had a PlayStation, I would definitely get that. I think my love showed me this, but I don't remember the name of this game. But I think I told him I would play this. Oh my goodness. For real, Miss K, Sonic is fire. Yes, he is. I like the music. Yeah. I tell you, man, this is what it's about being a gamer, man. Like, again, I don't own a PlayStation, okay? And I'm still hyped for these games, and I'm excited for everybody that's gonna be able to play these games. Like, this game, man. Splatoon. Rip off. I would too. It would probably be on Nintendo as well. Yeah. Silly. Oh my goodness. I've never played Splatoon, and I have a Switch, but I barely play on it, like literally. I should get Splatoon for it though. I should try it out. For real. I just call it like I see it. Everybody else sees it as well, so yeah. For real, Tron. Everybody else and their mama's been saying the same thing. Oh, I remember hearing about this game. Ah, there's Phoenix. Welcome, bro. Don't. No, check. Oh my gosh, it's Godzilla. Godzilla. I need to get me a Godzilla shirt. For real. I love Godzilla. I didn't even watch like the last 2 movies. I'm behind. I'm one of those people that's like behind on movies. I need to like freaking get caught up. Oh, this is the game Spooky showed me. It kind of has like a what's that game with the character they call Mother? Oh gosh, I can't even think. But you know what game I'm talking about. It kind of has like that vibe with the cross of another game. Oh, I want that game. Yeah. What's that game, y'all? The one that with the character they call Mother. I can't even think. Gosh, I can't even think of the freaking name. My mind went blank. But you know what game I'm talking about. Kind of has that vibe.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. This next game is a result of a very close partnership with Konami and marks the return of a horror franchise that has been with us since the original PlayStation. Let's take a look at what's next for Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. I've only played Silent Hill 2. And what's the other one with the girl looking for her dad? I think that's the 3rd one, I think, or the 4th one.
Maybe I can be like her.
my.
Here goes.
Tron says the only reason I have the original Xbox is because I found Fable, the lost chapter. Right on.
Is this a dream?
Oh, it's not a dream, girl.
Who's there?
About to mess around and find out.
What's with this place?
Cherry blossoms bloom within the grasp of death.
Miss K, you know what I say? You walking up at a place like that, deuces. Ain't no moving forward. But if you can't get out, you have no choice but to move forward. Yeah, Frosty, I'm trying to remember. It's the girl that wears the white vest and she has short blonde hair. And she wears a skirt, like a jean skirt. It's at Silent Hill. I played like a little bit of that like back home, like when I was in Alaska. So I played the second one and then that one. But it's not like I beat the game or anything. Konnichiwa. I need to study Japanese again. I haven't studied Japanese in years. I did one of those things where you go on YouTube and try and learn like Japanese in other languages. I gotta get back to that. That's my goal, is to learn how to speak Japanese. One of the languages I want to learn. Miss K says, I know, right? I hate playing the horror game. I love horror games. I really do. Girl, you should have seen me play Alan Wake 2. Like, I barely streamed that one because I think I beat it before I streamed like the rest of the game. Yeah, I think I only streamed it like once or twice and that was it. But I beat it. Girl, you should have seen me jump. I was not expecting so many jump scares in that game. You would have been laughing. Because I get jumpy, and there's nothing fake about that. Because again, you're walking through and all of a sudden there's a boom, you know, so you would have been rolling over laughing. Excuse me. Oh yeah, they're supposed to have the Alan Wake DLC coming out, I think, this month or next month, I think. So I gotta work on getting that. I gotta get the DLC for that. I think it's like $20, I think. Miss K. I'm probably not going to whip that out again until, well, yeah, when I get the DLC, that's the next time I'll play it. That's the next time I'll play it. But those jump scares, girl, I was not prepared. Not prepared at all. But that game was so worth it. Badass, man. And the band. In Alan Wake 2. Oh my gosh. I want to buy like the freaking album. Like, and I think their album's on iTunes as well. And Spotify. They're everywhere now. I gotta get their album.
What if I told you that every word you say is being recorded?
This game I've seen already. I definitely want to get this game. This game's gonna be metal, you guys. For sure.
Their hate. We're just planted in your brain like weeds in a garden. What would you do to free yourself? We both know the answer to that question. Nothing. You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening.
Phoenix says, shout out to gaming music being recognized as real music for real. This game's gonna be fire for sure. Damn. Here's a funny fact about me. I've never played BioShock. I've only played like the demo, but that's it. Never played BioShock. I haven't played any of them. I should start playing those games and get used to it. Remember when, if you wanted to hear your favorite gaming tracks, you had to record? Yes, I do. Man, Frosty, making me feel old right now. Oh my gosh. For real. Before finally getting the album and stuff, yes.
Focus your mind on your wife and step into.
Oh, this is VR. I have like, I think 2 Metro games or 1 Metro game. It was gifted to me like years ago. And I remember streaming one of them, but I didn't finish it. It was freaking cool though. I should get back into it. Metro is one of those games that, like, one of those worlds I never expected, because I never played Metro before. And so when I first played Metro, it's like Metro 20 something something, but something something dark side. No, I'm joking. But I was like, what the heck is that? Like, it's pretty cool though. Metro is pretty cool. Tron says, I've played the third one. It was fun. Right on. Right on. Excuse me, had a little cough there. Still struggling with that. So yeah, I would like to hear your thoughts so far on like what games, chat, that you're looking forward to playing. And if this is your first time watching this, enjoy. This is my first time watching this to the fullest. Well, the second time, because Spooky, my love, showed me this off of his TV. But I wanted to give my own personal reaction to everything. So, and again, I do not own a PlayStation, but there are certain games that I would most definitely play on there if I did own one. So, but thank you everybody for tuning in, even if you watched this over 9,000 times. I appreciate your time. I'm excited for freaking Indiana Jones. Like, I can't wait to get my hands on that, and I'm sure all the other Indiana Jones fans can't wait as well. Like, that's gonna be freaking sick, man. I'm super excited for that. And then Blade, I would like to see more footage on Blade, but I'm excited for that as well. But I don't want to overhype myself with Blade, but at the same time I'm excited, so I can't wait for when they show like more stuff. Frosty says maybe even Sonic Shadow Generations. Right on. Oh, I love dragons. Oh my gosh, how can you not love dragons? This is why I'm bummed that what's that game that they canceled that everybody was talking about, that was going to be on Xbox. You know what game I'm talking about, where you could like customize your dragon and ride on it and all that stuff. Anyway, I was bummed that game got canceled, man. I know there was a reason it did, but which was understandable. But man, that would have been Scalebound. There we go, Scalebound. Oh, that game would have been so sick, man. So sick.
Hold fast to your strength of will, Arisen One. Those who can be of aid to you will reveal themselves.
I love to see like games with big bosses like that. Like, you know how Scalebound had like that gigantic crab? Oh my gosh, like I love games like that where you fight big humongous bosses. Like, if you ever played Shadow of the Colossus, that was actually my favorite PS2 game. I love gigantic bosses like that, like you would see like in Shadow of the Colossus. Gosh, that game is beautiful. I love it. Oh, this is the Ronin game. This is another game I would play for sure. This is up my alley. I can't wait for the Ninja Turtles Ronin game. The last Ronin. Oh man. I've never read the comic books, but I do know what happened. I do know what happened in them from what I was told and what I read. So, oh, for sure, yeah. And there's those other games, Frosty, like Eco, that is related to Shadow of the Colossus, and then there's another game that's related to Shadow of the Colossus, because Eco was when the boy from Shadow of the Colossus was younger, and then there's like some other game, but yeah, never played Eco. I think that's how you say it. This is gonna be, oh my gosh. Yeah, this game's gonna be sexy for sure. Look at that precision. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was the follow-up to Yes. For sure, Frosty. Ooh. That was smooth. Oh, he thought he was doing something there. Oh. Damn. That is smooth. Get you some. That's what I'm talking about.
トリビ砲は伊賀七が作ったからくりで、現代の火炎放射器のような強力な遠隔武器です。トリビ砲や和洋折衷のアクションである銃剣など、西洋の技術を生かした武器をうまく活用すれば、標的にも打ち勝つことができるので、ぜひマスターしてください。幕末を生きる人物たちと紡いだ因縁が物語に大きく影響します。ぜひライズ・オブ・ザ・浪人で一人の浪人として運命を切り開いてください。
Look at that block. Get you some. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's sexy right there. Rise of the Ronin. Yeah. You know what game they should make, you guys? I don't know how they would do it. If they made an Ip Man game, that would be sexy. They would just have to execute it just right. But I would love to see an Ip Man game. Oh, that would be sexy. Because I'm a fan of the Ip Man movies. I think I'm behind like a few. But, oh man, that'd be cool to have an Ip Man game. Man, that's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for those that those that are gonna pick that up on PlayStation. Ballistic Moon.
There are a few things I need to make sure you understand.
What in the House of Haunted Hill is that? Isn't seafood bit? Well, kinda, sorta. I think it's like inspired, but I want to see like a straight up Ip Man game, straight up. Not something like it, like straight up Like, I want to start as a child and then, you know, progress as an adult type thing, and, you know. Oh, this is that, this has my girl in it. That Dawn game? Yeah, her. That's my girl right there.
Looking for me?
Until Dawn. Yeah. What's her name? Hayden Panettiere or something like that? She's a wonderful actress. Last movie I seen her in was Scream. That's the last movie I seen her in. I did not see the last Scream movie. Well, the last two I have not watched. So no spoilers. I gotta get on it. The Scream's my movie. Excuse me, I meant to mute my mic. Sorry about that. Death Stranding is beautiful. Such a beautiful, well-made game. Sucks I can't play the first one on my computer because it gives me an error message, but and Norman Reedus is my boy. I love Norman Reedus. I haven't watched every film with him in it, but I've watched enough to know that he's badass. I love Norman. He's awesome. He's like one of those guys you would want to be best friends with. Like, he just kicks ass and he's himself. He has fun with like everything he does. You know, he's real chill, laid back. He's awesome. What's up, Shad? Man. Kojima be doing things. That's my boy, man. It gets so creative with the baby. Oh my gosh. There's my boy.
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam. And to the GHV Magellan, our mobile base of operations.
Nice, Shad.
Come on, I'll help you get your bearings. This is the ship's armory. Here you can check your weapons and put them through their paces. These rooms over here belong to other members of the crew.
I think Norman Reedus is 50 now, you guys. I think he's 50.
And the shower's down at
And he looks amazing. Like, he takes care of himself. He's, you know, like, he's a good actor.
No. As I told you, Drawbridge is a civilian
He be
outfit.
doing it for sure.
But we do have a generous patron with access to plenty of capital and tech.
Sounds like a UCA big shot.
Don't ask me. We've never met.
I hope Kojima gets Keanu Reeves in the game. Oh, that would be awesome.
Better than to believe that
That would be so awesome if he gets Keanu in the game. For sure.
It's the same deal as America. The people here are all spread out, cut off from one another. We want you to help us bring the world together.
I like the puppet.
Would you mind if I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes.
Kojima said he used stop motion on the puppet to make him look more realistic, like a puppet motion.
What about shotgun?
Excuse me, that was genius on his part.
Sam, do you read me?
Yo, Eric.
To access the Mexico side plate gate terminal.
Welcome, sir.
Will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes.
What up?
Really, Sam? Your buttocks?
He said, really, Sam? Your buttocks?
I prefer the driver's seat.
Sam, do you read me? You'll first need to access the Mexico side plate gate terminal. After we've confirmed network coverage, we can take the DHV Magellan and regroup at your
Real
position.
quickly, you guys. This is my boy, Eric. And him and I have been friends since the 360 days. And he's like family to me. So, everybody, welcome Eric. Eric, welcome. It's a pleasure having you on here, sir. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for taking the time to be here, man. Cause, shoot, I was like, if I'm up here on, you know, on my own, it's all good too. I'll make it work. So, thank you for being here.
So now it's no excuse. Now you got to get on our podcast when we pick a day.
I know, right? That would be an honor. That would be an honor for sure. All right, so I'm going to continue playing this Death Stranding. And
Absolutely.
then, oh, it's right there. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, there we go.
The problem is, not everybody wants to be part of the UCA.
That's not the plan, Sam. The UCA isn't looking to expand its
Tron
borders.
says, welcome, sir.
Just like with Mexico, they want to bring new regions into the network.
I'm going to keep watching it with everybody else, and it'll be a little delayed for me, but I saw this part of the stream on, so I was watching it where I didn't see it, and then I came up and turned myself, I was like, oh, I watched it from here, so I came and turned my computer on. I was like, I know what happens after this.
That's right.
Right?
These days I'm fragile in name only. You brought America together, helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid that Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger, still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it.
Look at that moon.
A lot of things changed after you went off on your own, especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore.
Right.
So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge.
With the support of the chiral network and APAS, humanity will be free from the need to move around. Bots are capable of handling deliveries.
He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but
this dude here.
Beach, just so he could kill us.
That's all I'm gonna say.
To get revenge on you and me.
Hey, brother. Did you miss me? Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place a visit, seeing as how I've been distributing the fruits of this fine factory all over the continent. Guns and violence, the whole damn world could be yours. Same as it ever was. Oh.
Same as ever was.
Looks like you decided to trade in that rope for a stick this go-round. Well, I suppose even a porter has to pull the trigger from time to time. Oh, what about you? Hey, buddy. Are you just another soulless little husk, huh?
Let go of me! Pathetic guitarist. Where's the rest of your band?
Well, ain't that something? Was it you, Heads? Huh? Was it you that killed Lou? You still don't know, do you?
He said, what the? That guitar, come on now. How metal is this? Like, this is awesome.
That was pretty dope. I know where you're at this point. Like, it turned into a straight movie choreographed fight scene.
Okay.
Like, wow.
For real.
I regret not playing the first one for sure. Like, I think it was above everyone's head. I don't know if I still will. My teammate from our podcast for Fuka Pod, he was like, "You gonna play the first one now?" or something like that. Because I was like, I got the backlog gaming list, so I don't.
You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
Yeah, I feel you.
Sam.
I know I've been working on backlog stuff too, off and on.
If you want answers, you're gonna have to find them
But
yourself.
like, well, I'll wait till it's done.
Oh,
The ones
okay.
you do find, well, that pain you nurse will only get worse. Sam the man in the dark about everything.
Oh, that's so precious.
Don't forget, coming on this expedition was meant to help you find the strength to carry on. And you have. We all know you've got this. Now it's time to finish the journey, Sam. Please understand, Sam. We never meant to string you along.
That chrysalis, we
There's
found her
my
inside.
girl.
It was filled with a fluid that contained amino acids. One's identical in structure to the kind found in tar.
I'm sorry, there are amino acids in tar? As in proteins?
Of course. How else did you think that chiral creatures could emerge from it? Some have even theorized that the tar is a sort of primordial...
For those who did not know, that's Dakota Fanning's sister in real life. Just in case you guys didn't know that.
You see, after you left Bridges, I decided to do a little digging. Now, according to them, BB-28 was flagged for disposal and subsequently incinerated 4 years ago, long before you and Lou first met.
Man, that's gonna be sexy for sure. See, I have Death Stranding on PC. I was telling my girl Miss K that, but for some reason I can't play it. Like, it'll go through like the cutscene, but when it pans to like his bike tire, that's when it like stops, and then there's an error message. I'm like,
I was listening, and I was joking, saying to myself, "It sounds like you need a PS5, Tiffany."
Oh, you got jokes.
You need a PS5, Tiffany. You know.
One that I've been encouraging him to
Oh my
reinvent for years.
gosh.
That's the thing about PCs versus game systems.
Don't get me started on Kojima swagger.
The GOAT. I'm just like, even I like my teammate. He always opens up the podcast. Shout out to Hideo Kojima. Like, he opens up the pod every time, every episode of this pod, he opens it up that way. He's like the GOAT. He's like he would drink this man's bathwater type of time. Like, that's every time he's on. He's like yo. He's like Kojima could release doo-doo. He buy it.
Oh.
I was like, yo, bro, you draw.
Oh, he nasty.
Yeah, he's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Quarter Fox. Yo. He's like, I'll buy that. No matter what, I'll buy Kojima stuff. Like,
good
okay,
bro.
Okay.
Make sure he ain't at his house in the car waiting or something. No, I'm joking.
You are.
No, you did.
He ain't. He might be there right now.
Oh my goodness.
He loves Kojima. Kojima's got swag for sure. Like,
Okay, like I've seen some of the coats and stuff he wears. I'm like, where did he buy that? Like, it's
he probably had it
fire.
made. He probably had it made. The same way, like, the glasses. I regret not, and I'll admit it on stream. I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game in my life.
Oh, you know what? I haven't played
Not
Metal
even the
Gear.
bad ones.
Yeah, I haven't played Metal Gear. Wait, I take that back. I played the one with Quiet. The chick named Quiet. That's the only one I own. And I didn't beat it. But it's sick though.
Right, like the legendary, like, you know.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Before we go, I have one final announcement.
But even
State
without
of Play
playing
will
it,
return February
Kojima
6th
in
with
general,
an extensive
just
look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
like when your name gets
Square
tied
Enix will be
to
sharing new
projects that
gameplay
always
details, along
generally
with exciting
succeed,
news you
you know,
won't
and like
miss.
even the Metal Gear
We
games that
hope you
weren't as
enjoyed the
successful, I
show.
think
See you
he
soon.
wasn't directly involved. So that's that kind of level. Oh, and then shout out breaking news. Before I got on, I was talking to Ant. I was in the party with Ant. And
Gosh,
we
I
went
haven't
down
talked
go
to
back
Ant in forever.
Yeah, we're on PlayStation Now. I paused. He's in there. But I saw news on YouTube when I was looking for your stream that Joe Blackburn, the director for Destiny 2, is leaving the company.
Wait, say that one more time.
Joe Blackburn, who's the recent director for Destiny 2, like the game director, he's leaving Bungie. So it's like abandoned ship, and the people like, I want to get Destiny again, and the director's leaving. Are you sure about that?
Oh,
like they laid off half of their staff last year, the end of the half of last year, and then lost Lance. They're not in a good place. They're not in a good place. Their this final shape better do well, or they will get swallowed up, and they will no longer be called Bungie. They'll be called Sony something. Like Sony's like, we're not playing with y'all. Y'all gonna get absorbed. Keep playing with our money and our studios. Like, keep playing.
Oh my goodness. Oh, bro, I left you a message in the DM on Twitter.
Okay.
Look at that real quick for me. So, yeah, okay, folks, to chat. My boy and I was talking about Destiny, right? And I haven't played Destiny in a minute. And he was telling me like all the changes that has been happening on there. And like I'm behind like I want to say 4 DLCs, I think, or 3 DLC, probably 4 DLCs. And
you said Forsaken. You said Forsaken last time when you and I were chatting, Trent, and it was like Shadowkeep after that. Then
what was the one with Homeboy when they got rid of him? Cade. That
was Forsaken. That was Forsaken.
Yeah, that's the last one I played. Because after what happened to Cade, I was done. I was like, you for real right now? I was like, okay, I'm done. But yeah, and then I bought like 2 more DLCs after that one, but I didn't play them. They just sat there. And then all the other DLCs, I didn't buy.
So they sold 2 DLCs after that. After Forsaken, it was like 2 more DLCs. And then they went to the seasonal model. So then you got Shadowkeep, and then it went to Season of the Drifter, and then Season of something. And that's when they switched to their seasonal model, where you bought the DLC and then you paid for the season login. Like, I mean, there was really no difference between the DLC and the season, but it was just like, I guess you weren't buying all the content in one go, so they could like drip feed you the missions on like a weekly basis until they finished that storyline. Then it was like, well, play whatever until we drop the next season and until we drop the new DLC in the usual time. So I mean, they did that. So they did Shadowkeep seasons, Beyond Light seasons, Witch Queen.
I think Witch Queen might have been the next one.
Yeah, it was Beyond Light, Witch Queen, and then what was this other crapshoot? I don't even remember his name.
The one that replaced Cade?
No. The DLC that came after Witch Queen, the one that just came out this year. Final Shape is the one that's coming up.
Is that the one with the guy with the big old eyeballs and he's like covered up like that?
So his that's the Witness. Oh, so hold on. So like let me just get this straight.
Okay.
So it was like Destiny DLCs, right? Let's go in order. Thank you, Google. So Witch Queen Lightfall. That's what it was.
Lightfall. Okay.
Lightfall.
Yes.
So it's not in order. Whatever. Let me see. It was like, I know Curse of Osiris was after the base game, and then Forsaken then came after. Either way, it doesn't matter. Point is that it did Beyond Light, then Witch Queen, then Lightfall, now Final Shape. I mean, like people will probably summarize it to you before at this point, but like remember in like I think D2, basically Callus, they finally gave Callus a face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like Shadowkeep Savathun got introduced to the whole situation. So she had her song was the main theme of it, and they were kind of going deep with it. Beyond Lights when they introduced the darkness power and like more fallen enemies and all that stuff. And then Witch Queen came. That's when Savathun was like, all right, I mean business, like what's good with it. And like the plan she hatched to like, now she has light. Now she has a ghost. Her ghost is Rude.
Oh.
What's his name?
And her brother's still gone, right? Like he's gone.
No, he came back to life. He's a guardian now.
What?
Yeah. Everybody had to deal with that. So here's right. So and that's the hot stuff, right? This is
This
what
is how
makes you
far
positive.
behind I am on Destiny, y'all. It's been a minute.
So like to explain, I think Shadowkeep, Savathun, basically like two things happen. Savathun got her hands on Osiris after Osiris's ghost got. So now Osiris, once he dies, he's dead.
He's dead.
Like, so he basically has to avoid situation. He can't be all willy-nilly now, so he has to be careful. But Savathun was wearing his body, walking through the tower with us, homie, pretending to be him, right? And then Crow came back, and Osiris was like guiding him. Like basically, he came back to life. He didn't know who he was. Like he's just like, oh, I'm this dude.
Right.
And everybody, all these guardians kept killing him on sight when he didn't wear his mask because everybody knows who he is.
Right.
But he doesn't know who he is.
Okay.
He's like, why does everybody want to keep killing me? And then we kind of are like, we don't wanna like I guess it depends on your character. They really should have kind of given us like a choice to be like, oh, whether I want to just off this dude on sight or let bygones be bygones.
Right.
But I like personally, as someone who's played the game, I understand that when you get brought back by the light, I mean, why would I blame you for the you are no longer that you no longer are?
Right.
And he did what he thought he had to do, which was like a whole contrived thing with Riven the dragon, and it didn't involve his sister, but it was basically like he got tricked, right? So basically he comes back, and of course it gets up to the higher ups that he's alive and he's this guardian. So they go through this whole situation where he gets introduced slowly. Like Ikora's like, whoa,
right,
but all right, let's see how this goes. And Zavala's the last one to find out, but the way he finds out is that season Callus's daughter Keitel rolls through the system, brings all her cabal, like, yo, we about to get this honorable John. But Keitel joins the team. Here's how that happens.
Oh my gosh.
Like she basically has like a right of proving, like she's a cabal, like she was like Gaul's right hand. Like she learned everything from Gaul. She was a part of the coup that got him banished and all that stuff.
Right.
But then she's like, yo, I do everything by the book. So she rolls up to the system, and that's where like Lance dropped his like legendary audio that everybody's like, yo, Destiny hot right now. Because when she was like, bow, and Lance was like, no. Everybody's like, okay, Zavala. He said no. He said no. And then of course, like the hot audio was like Lance Reddick did this like banging audio. It's like shout out to Lance. He was a warlock main. So I ain't gonna voice a Titan, your warlock main. I don't even play my character in this game. But he drops like a banging audio somebody wrote where he's like, one effing guardian has blah 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 blah. Like it was like a disrespectful audio that he read that someone sent him as a fan or whatever. He's like, yo, that's hot. We wish he said that, but basically he just said no.
Right.
So Kaido was like, all right, well, we're about to go through this the old-fashioned way where you got to get the right of proving. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna call up my guardian. She sends her best person. We mollywop her best person. It was like, all right, bet. So she's like, all right, well, by proxy, we're teammates now. We're like, cool. And then that's when we discover that Osiris isn't Osiris. And like the Scions are like an enslaved race by the Cabal, so they like have their own little hatch plan.
Oh wow!
And so they figuring out how to like arrest ghosts so that they can arrest your ghost and then off you while your ghost is down, so they can off you for good, basically.
Oh my goodness!
So they do this whole plan thing. They go to set up this thing where Kaido meets Zavala, and Crow is a part of the team, but he has to wear a mask. So I was like, oh, Crow, nice to meet you, blah, blah. And he's just like, oh, yeah, nice to meet you. But then Zavala is about to get assassinated. And
oh my goodness.
This Crow jumps in the way. And his mask gets shot off. So then he's like, oh, don't look at me. And Zavala's like, I'm gonna help you. And he looks at him, and Zavala's just like, And everybody's like, yo, what you about to do? And the dichotomy is he's in the same position that Cade was when he was looking at Crow and Forsaken. So imagine that way. So he's like, Crow looks like Cade, and Zavala looks like Aldrin,
right?
Looking down at him. So you have a choice. You could, or but he reaches out his hand to him, and he's like, basically, Zavala's like more forgiving. Like, I've learned who you are over this time. Mask on, and now mask off. It's like, all right, well, you're not who you were. You just have his face. Blah blah blah.
Right.
So now Crow is like part of the team, and then Savathun gets her hands on him and basically unlocks all his memories of who he was. And so then he gets all troubled, and he's like, "Well, I did what?"
Oh my.
So he's like even in points he regrets, basically like, oh, I wish my past self didn't kill Cade, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Savathun gets out. She's cheeky. Like Osiris gets out. Saint's happy. He gets his boo back. But but Osiris feels weaker. He's not the same dude he was. So he can't do his light powers and stuff like that. So he's just this bull, unfortunately. But he's like, he's got his ego about him. He still does the Osiris things. Like, I know what's best. And it's like, yo, man, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get off now. Like, chill. But yeah, like, no. Then we get to the point with, I think the witness got revealed. With Witch Queen. So Witch Queen, of course, like Savathun hatched this whole plan to basically remove her worm from her. So she plans to die.
Right.
So she plans to die. Zivu Wrath's like, no, you not. But we help it succeed in like the whole thing where she dies in front of the Traveler. And the Traveler sends a ghost. So the Guardians are like, yo, you gave ghosts to Hive? What you got to say for that Traveler? Traveler's like,
okay.
And then Zavala's like basically not believing at this point. He's like, yo, he lost his best friend to this dude who got brought back and now one of his rank. Osiris got jacked by Savathun. Now Savathun hatched a plan, like basically like, I got what y'all need. Y'all just need to work with me, so we do. And she becomes a guardian. So when she loses her memory, but then her past self was like, she's like the goddess of cunning. So she planned for that for her to get her memory back. Like it's like, but of course the plan was for us to, because she's like, oh, the past self was like, I knew you would get involved to help the me get my memory back, to figure out what's going on.
Right.
And then we get introduced to the witness's disciple, which was Rock, which was like one of the longest raids. I think the longest raids are like Last Wish, the disciple, and I think those two are like the longest raids. And then of course I think third behind that's like the Taken King raid, and then every other raid is like really short. Like
I
think Callus is only long because of like how it was like those 3 parts that you had to do before you get to him.
Right.
But yeah, like the witness gets revealed. And at first everybody's like, yo, but then people start frying him up like, wait, why does he look like Mega Man?
Now my boy back from the dead, because he plays Destiny hardcore, okay? And he was telling me the witness, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the witness.
He's the one that was the cause of everything happening. Right?
We're still trying to figure that out.
I could have gotten that wrong, but I think that's what he was telling me. He was the one that caused like all the chaos with
Bungie's trying to figure that out. No, I think Bungie's trying to figure that out. Because remember how like with D1, you'd be like, oh, when you died, your character died, it was the darkness got you. Then it changed to like whatever. So it's like, from a certain point, it's kind of like with Bungie, like, yo, what's going on over there? Where I guess people might come to the team and be like, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to change the story a little bit.
Right.
I'm curious to whether or not the witness was always a part of the plan. Because I think you remember, like, even when we were talking D1 and people were kind of like, yo, what's the darkness? What's it going to be? And like, either Bungie was either playing coy or didn't know. They were like, yeah, like the darkness is this entity that's coming. So like, look out, guys, or whatever. Like, we don't know what it is or whatever. And it's like the witness, I guess you could say the witness is a cause of like things happening. He was the
welcome.
He was the cause. What's going on? He was the cause of the witness tricked the hive into being who they are. Like the hive were going to be blessed by the traveler, but the witness got to them first on some like trickery and the
Right.
bull role play. They basically tricked the hive into doing like the worm thing where they became Savathun, Oryx, and Zevo Wrath, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
like the scene they showed in Savathun's memory was like, yo, look, the traveler was there, was about to bless, but the traveler saw darkness, got there first, and was like, oh.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like they were forsaken, you know, they were supposed to be blessed. So technically all the ghosts that the traveler released for the hive were gonna be for the hive, I guess, or however that was supposed to go down.
Oh my gosh. For
So
those who are just now tuning in, we haven't talked about the PlayStation show yet because my boy Eric here.
sorry, we got the whole tangent about
Yeah,
Destiny,
it's okay. I haven't played Destiny for like a minute. Last time I played it was when Cade died. Okay, so that was like DLCs ago. So he was updating me on the Destiny world on what's happening now and all that stuff. So got a little sidetracked, but we'll get back on track. So thank you for your patience and thank you for filling me in on all of that. But now you're telling me the Traveler is no longer in the sky. You said there's ships there now.
yeah, he's not on Earth. He's floating above Earth. But technically, like where we at in the story, the Traveler tried to defend. Like the Traveler didn't dip on us like people thought it was going to.
Right.
So it's now floating above orbit, but it's infiltrated by the Witness. Like the Witness figured out how to open the Traveler and is now inside the Traveler.
Right. Okay.
And so that's what all this stuff is coming up now.
Plex is
Never
that
touch Destiny and don't touch Destiny. And but you know what? Or do, because I think from where if you play, so the deal is this, Trent. Since you played Forsaken you and played D1, you have an idea
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing. For the most part, you go, oh yeah, I kind of remember. Like muscle memory might kick in. It might be a couple different things. Like we're power level like 1800 now.
Oh
You know what I'm
my.
saying? I'm kind of like, you remember when the power level was like 10, you know, like with
Yes.
80, you know, we 1800 now.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
yeah, like the gear system shit, like stuff like that's different. And they have what's the word? Where you can save presets. There's presets, you know, like we used to be like you have to hold on to gear and stuff.
Right.
You can be like, oh, I like this build and save it on your side or whatever. So if you change stuff up, you go, oh, I need that build real quick.
Right.
Put that back on with one button.
That's nice.
But that took them how long to like do?
Okay, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Not, and I'm not coming at devs. That like, yo, shout out to the devs doing what they're doing with like limited resources that they have or whatever the conversation is. But
yeah,
for new people, like if you ever decide to pick up Destiny,
yeah,
it's
for sure.
Unfortunately very confusing. Like they give you like the new light package and you meet the new dude, Han something, and he basically just walks you through his mission. Like it's not like the opening in D1. Like D1 opening was just like
okay, for real.
Up to the Black Heart was just like, oh my gosh. But like
yeah.
Now it's just like you get in, he goes, oh yeah, let's do a little mission, and then you save him, and then he's like, oh, I guess you are a guardian of your metal, and then you just get dropped into like whatever the season is or the DLC is currently, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people are kind of like, what's happening? You know, so it's really confusing for new guardians, unfortunately.
Yeah, Pluck, that would be awesome if everyone on PlayStation got introduced to Sea of Thieves. I played Sea of Thieves before and I didn't have the best experience because of the multiplayer part, but everything else was just beautiful. See, he says, I love that you are so passionate about the game. Oh, heck yeah.
It's passionate, but it's turned to hate because of what they've done from a company standpoint, what they've done from it's like imagine Sea of Thieves if they keep adding DLC and it being like giving you like the same sword back to you like every year, or like say like a sword like the one like the Gallahorn, like Trent, you remember the Gallahorn, right?
Yes, that they keep remixing.
But they say we're not giving it back to you, and then they give it back to you. Just say you are. Just don't be. And then the Iron Gallahorn, I think that was like the end of D1 and the Rise of Iron or whatever. And then like everybody's like, yo, that was great. Copy that. And they were just like, nah. You know, like Red War wasn't even bad now that I look back at it. The passion is that it was there, the homies was on, it was good. And then something happened. I don't know what it was. No PvP. They created Safer Seas.
They created Safer Seas, no player versus
Was that
player.
like a follow-up or something?
Now, to those who, okay, so if you guys play Destiny, the first Destiny, because I followed that game like before it freaking came out, and I used to be like in the freaking what you call it?
Oh,
what you call it?
The forums?
Yeah, the forums, right? So originally, and I looked at the blueprint of everything. So there was supposed to be a Tiger Man, right? Then you were supposed to be able to it was an idea. I don't think it was finalized, but it was an idea of us going into the city. So it was gonna be kind of like a mini open world type thing where you can go into the city, like drive there. And then you were able, they said they were gonna give you the option to swap weapons with your teammates. What else? That's all I can remember.
Wasn't it like Crow was supposed to be your guide or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. And they said they had so much content for the very first Destiny, they had to like break it up because it was so much content. They couldn't fit all of that on one disc. So they said, and so they said whatever they have left, they're going to use it to put on other DLC. So,
I mean, they were telling the truth. I think like Taken King. Let's say that's the conversation about development, and like I'm not a game dev, but we're gonna like just assume like with DLC, they're not adding anything on. They're unlocking something that's already there.
Exactly.
For the most part.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So like Taken King was already there when they unlocked it, you know? So like when they did Destiny 2, and then like I guess whatever deal they had with Activision. And then I guess it was supposed to be like Destiny 3, Destiny 4. Like I think Beyond Light was supposed to be Destiny 3. And then I think Lightfall was going to be like Destiny 4.
Right.
You know, like that's what they were going to do.
Right.
But then of course the separation from Activision, and then like their own rolling on their own, and then people are kind of like, yo, just start over please. By like I think Beyond Light, they were like begging people like start over please. But you know, Beyond Light did well, so everybody's like, oh okay, you know, I'll chill with it. And then like Witch Queen, oh okay, even better. And then now they're back to stuff like, no, my please start over. Please again start over. You know, like
I wish they would have added, like, I know I haven't been on Destiny in a while, but I've noticed like, because sometimes I'll get emails on like who you're going to be taking on in the game and stuff like that. I'm like, why don't they have like newer enemies? Like I had fun fighting the Cabal and what's the other ones, the pyramid looking dudes. They kind of have like pyramid type shaped heads. They're like the robots. The
Vex. Oh my
thank
gosh,
you. See, it's been a minute.
Don't get me started. Like this enemy called Panoptes who could clap you out of existence. You know what?
Oh, okay. Those are new to me.
He was excuse me.
It. What's up, Sir X Man? Welcome.
What's going on, Sir X Man? Panoptes was the enemy when Osiris came back. Like, Osiris came back around. This is before Beyond Light. Basically, like Osiris came back. No, it was Curse of Osiris. He came back.
Oh, okay.
One of the two. Basically, Panoptes was the main enemy or whatever, and Panoptes could clap you out of existence. But of course, we defeat him because we're the Guardian.
Okay.
Why? Because we're the Guardian. Like people could clap people out of existence. Like Vex is just mad this whole time. They've just been losing for years. Like the Vex are an afterthought at this point. Like,
oh my gosh. All right, bro. Let's talk about this PlayStation. Thank you for your patience, you guys. My boy Eric was catching me up on Destiny, like everything happening in the Destiny world, because it's been a minute since I played it. And to those who played Destiny, last time I played it, Cade died. They killed Cade off, and I was pissed. So I put that game on pause. Yeah, and they brought him back, which I am very happy about. But now I'm like, should I get the DLC and get back into it, or should I
watch it when they watch it when they turn into a movie?
Oh, thank you, Sir X-Men. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. I know I stream late, and sometimes I get friends saying, "Oh man, I would join you if I didn't have to work." Blah blah blah. I'm trying to experiment with time right now. Like, I want to stream a little bit earlier, but I got things going on my end, so that's why I stream late. So I'm trying to experiment with time, and plus I want to stream on days that I have off, meaning like not working. So I'm trying to work with that. I'm trying to get better, staying consistent with that. I'm just being real with myself and being real with you guys. So consistency is what I'm trying to work on right now because of busy life. So I'm working on it and getting better. So keep me in your thoughts, because I'm gonna need it, because I can't catch a break these days. There's always something. So anyway, okay, so Eric, what game has caught your eye, brother, from the state of play yesterday?
Two mainly. So Stellar Blade, because shout out to Wave God from the team for Fukapod. He really put me on. It looks amazing. It's definitely like hack and slash, just giving me Devil May Cry, Heavenly Sword, Bayonetta vibes.
Yes.
And Rise of Ronin. Now we're gonna talk about this on our podcast, but it's funny how more games are taking like the Assassin's Creed model and like running with it and like turn into a thing. So we're talking Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Rise of Ronin. I think it's like another game that's like similar to this style where you're, a Ronin or samurai or like basically like a baller swordsman that's like about to fight the establishment
For
and
real.
just clean people up, for causing wrongdoing or whatever. Or you're probably like a bad dude who is basically trying to get his, right? So Rise of the Ronin. Well, that's the one into the whole Dark Souls thing, but like Blacksmith Wukong's coming out this year, and other game that I played the demo of that's like very Dark Souls, but I don't think it got a lot of traction. Then Lies of P.
Elden Ring?
No, but I mean Elden Ring
I'm
won
guessing.
2022 Game of the Year.
Oh,
Not
okay.
Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring, but I can't remember the other one. It's like Wukong something. I probably looked it up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah.
So Rise of the Ronin looks amazing. The Sonic Shadow Generations. I didn't get Sonic Generations. Shout out to King Pac-Man, who loves Sonic. So of course he has that game. Yeah. But I might get this just because I'm a fan. I'm a Shadow fan. So this looks cool. And like I'm not sure how they're gonna go about it. Like you see the two Sonics in the shadow. Kind of wonder if they're trying to do a little world building here, like it's connected to Generations 1. I think there's like a whole story of how the two Sonics interact. I'm like, that's very interesting. Especially with the Frontier scenario. Maybe they're trying to go multiverse with Sonic. I don't know. Dave the Diver is definitely a recommendation from a couple of different podcasters I know. And the fact that Godzilla, like what I learned this week, the Godzilla theme, like when I didn't think about it, but then like a friend of mine, Ashley Wood, she put it in her story and I put it in her story and I listened to the song and I was like, that opening sounds familiar. And it was the opening for Pharoah Monch's Simon Says song. And the creator of the Godzilla song in 2001 sued Pharoah Monch for like using the opening without permission.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Wow.
so if everybody likes the Simon Says by Pharoah Monch, and that beginning is like dun 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 dun,
right,
dun 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 dun, like he took that, sampled it, but he didn't get permission. So, but shout out to him, the song's still fire. But like the fact that Godzilla is going to be on this game, Dave the Diver it was nominated for indie game of the year last year. Didn't win, but nominations are really good still, regardless. I don't know if I'd get it. But there are people that I know that are interested. That Dave the Diver is good. Mick Nux was a Twitch streamer, a friend of mine. He validates Dave the Diver. He says really good. He really enjoys it.
Okay.
So I'll say, okay, that's really dope that you get Godzilla for those that play Dave the Diver. That's really cool. Death Stranding 2 looks amazing. Makes me want to play Death Stranding 1. Go ahead. I don't know if you're gonna say something because like I feel like when I saw the clips and like when you were making your commentary about, oh, there's my girl, there's my character, it's like dag, like, well, that means if you didn't play the first one, you don't know who the puppet is on his belt.
Like, where the puppet come from? Yeah, like I don't know because I didn't play the first one.
Right. So it's like who's this bull? Who's like, oh, you're my brother, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, the guy with the guitar. I guess he was in the first one. I guess.
Right. So it's like the game. I know the game was definitely more than just a dude carrying the baby across the worlds is probably deeper than that, of course. But you know,
Having
at surface
everybody
level,
connected.
but at surface level, games like that, it's like always just like, you know, not that you want to spoil the game. I shout out to Hideo and whomever team for not like spoiling too much of Death Stranding, where you thought it was just about maybe him delivering a baby and maybe a little bit more. Like these games nowadays, they darn near telling you the whole thing before you even bought it. So now I'm kind of like, yo, who's that? I might want to cop Death Stranding 1 at some point when I get through this backlog of games, like, because this looks hot.
6 years later.
Right. Like, you know, but I'm looking forward to, and thinking if you do a stream, or if like my homie Nux is going to do a stream February 6th for the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, because I'm a Final Fantasy, like, I've only played like 4 of the games.
Oh, okay.
Out of like the 16 that are out, like in like iterations or whatever.
I lost count how many Final Fantasy games there are. I only have
like 20. It's like 20.
I was gonna ask you about that. Is the 10th one? Because I own one of them. Is that the one where you drive around in the car?
That's 15.
That's 15. Final Fantasy 15. Okay, that's the only one I own. Never beaten it, but that's the only one I own.
I didn't either, but it just was too much. I don't know. I maybe go back and play that one day. Who knows?
It's a beautiful game, though.
It is a very beautiful game.
Yes.
I didn't bang with the, you know, you train all night and you have to sleep to gain your experience. I was like, nah.
I know. I'm like, I don't got time for that. You mean I gotta go to the gas station to fill my car?
You gotta
up?
go to the gas station, and if you driving at night, an enemy can stop your car, like pull you over like the police.
For
like,
real?
Okay,
Oh
no.
my gosh.
But you know, it was a good graphic game. It was very beautiful. I also didn't like that you could only summons if you were like in mortal danger in certain situations. I was like, nah, that's
you're
not
kind of limited when it came to that. I'm like, nah,
that's
I ain't
not
feeling
cool.
that.
That's not cool.
No.
But hey, the story seemed kind of dope. I was like really bang with it. You know, time travel deal kind of like. I think the whole point of it is like that. A little spoiler, I guess, is that all that stuff is like a memory. It's really interesting. It's like, you know, it's weird. So,
wow. So are there any other games that you can think of from the state of play that caught your eye besides those two?
I don't think we catch those. Like, I think for for our screenshot that we shared, like Rise of the Ronin,
that's one.
Sonic and Shadow Generations, I'm interested.
Okay.
Stellar Blade, I'm interested. And Death Stranding 2, I'm interested, but I'd have to play the first one.
Right.
I think what was the other one that you said with your girl in it? It was the one before Death Stranding. It was like Up or something. Chat, help me out. I don't remember.
Now I gotta remember.
They got your attention when you saw Godzilla on Dave the Diver. That's what's up.
I love Godzilla. That's why. Like, I geek out when I see stuff like that. Like, I'm like, oh my god.
I think they're trying to, like, the whole Godzilla -1 anime movie thing they dropped. I think they're trying to bring in the new generation. Like, this is Godzilla. My teammate from the podcast, he's really like he's had the conversation where like, yo, who would win in a fight, Superman or Godzilla? He's like, Godzilla. I'm like,
man.
Explain that to me, please, because I'm like, isn't Godzilla huge and slow and all that? He's like, no, and I'm like, explain that to me a little more. Like, you know, bring him to new gen, because like, you know, previous movies, right? Like when you move slow, it's because that's all they could do then. It's like, well, now we got technology, 3D winner, so maybe Godzilla could do banging stuff. We can like, let's say or something.
Okay,
like,
for
you know,
real.
explain that to me. Maybe he can like breathe kryptonite and then shoot him with kryptonite or something, like, because his breath is radiation, not like just fire or whatever. So it's like really dope.
Right.
Sir,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
They kind of, not that they wrecked Godzilla, but like when they did that, remember that Godzilla movie they came out with in like the early 2000s where his jaw was really big and he's basically like a giant lizard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like those movies, I think, like kind of brought the rep down some. That's my opinion. Like versus the Godzilla where the body's huge and his head's small. It was like they tried to bring him back with like big jaw and like those live movies. And it's like everybody's like, nah, I'm good on Godzilla.
They were not feeling that. No.
Right. You know.
Sir Xpan says they got my attention when I saw Godzilla, and then he says Sony needs to bring a new generation version of Godzilla Destroy All Monsters game. Oh. That sounds cool. Yeah, I haven't seen the last 2 Godzilla movies. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm behind. Like the last one had what's her name? And played Stranger Things. She's the main character. The one that plays Lord. You know who I'm talking about.
Me and the wife are like, well, she started me on Stranger Things. I think we're like 3 episodes in. We haven't gotten back into it. She watched it, but I never watched it.
I can't think of her name. Like I have her face in my mind. My mind just went blank. Anyway, she was in one of the Godzilla movies, and then they came out with this one, I believe, something like that. But yeah, I gotta watch those for sure. What else was I gonna bring up? So those were the games that you can think of. Okay.
You're talking about Millie Bobby Brown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Quick little Google search. No. Yeah,
yes.
Millie Bobby Brown.
I know. I didn't even think to look up because I'm in the zone. So to those that are in chat, thank you again for being here, and to those that are peekabooing, thank you for checking out, seeing what's going on. So I do not own a PlayStation, but if I did, I would most definitely get Death Stranding 2, Judas, for sure. I've never played BioShock, by the way. I've only played like the demos, if they're available, but I've never played BioShock. But I could see the similarity to BioShock and Judas for sure. The gameplay looks really well done, well made, well executed with the combat and everything. And the story sounds insane. Like that's gonna be a wonderful game to experience for sure. I don't think it's gonna be on Xbox though. I don't think it's just gonna be on PlayStation, huh? And PC, the Judas game. I think.
That's a good question.
I was trying to remember because they tell you like at the end of the video.
Now, what's messed up to me is like if they would show anything at the state of play of being like, oh yeah, also is going to be on other games and stuff. I think if anything, games that show at state of play are like they're exclusive to us.
Exclusive.
You know? Let's see.
Then what's that other game, the anime looking one?
Judas is going to be on Steam, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be on Steam because I'm on Steam.
Will Judas be on Xbox? Unfortunately, Take-Two didn't reveal any information besides a coming soon tagline for Judas, hints towards early 2025 release. Maybe.
I'll get it on Steam.
That's the answer. Maybe.
Yeah, if it's not going to go on Xbox, I can get it on Steam. Hopefully my computer will run it. Hopefully. But yeah, so if I did have a PlayStation, I would get Death Stranding 2, Judas, and you remember the name of that anime looking game where they're all fighting those creatures? Oh crap, I can't think of it. Because I think that was going to be on PlayStation and Steam as well. I should have took note.
Oh, you talking about from the state of play?
Uh-huh. They in the game that they showed in the beginning with the girl. Oh crap. It was like the first game that they showed. Hold on, let me see if I can play it back.
I'm about to look it up. Let's see. Yeah. So it's Dave the Diver, Death Stranding, Dragon's Dogma. Sorry, I want that. Like I started playing a little bit of the first one.
Right.
Foam Stars, Helldivers 2, Judas, Legendary Tales, Metro Awakening is the VR game, Silent Hill.
Oh yes,
which I'm like I saw you talking about staying away from scary games. I also dodge scary games like the plague. I don't do scary games. Stellar Blade, Until Dawn, I think is the one I was trying to talk about. V Rising, V Rising. I think is what we're talking about. This looks very
yes, that's the one.
Transylvania. What's the Castlevania?
Castlevania. That's another game I've never played. I never played Castlevania.
And then Zenless Zone Zero. This looks very dope. I think I missed this. I'll definitely get this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hold on now. PlayStation came with the sure heat.
See, I was talking to Spooky about the difference between this is just my opinion as well, between how they did State of Play and how they did their showcase. Their showcase kind of dragged on with more talking than gameplay. The State of Play showed more gameplay than talking. You see the difference? This was straight to the point. That's what I like to see. So it was disappointing for the Xbox side, because I'm Xbox, seeing a whole bunch of talking and less gameplay. I would have loved to see more gameplay. And hopefully they get better in that. I like how they did the State of Play because it was straight to the point. Like, hi, I'm gonna introduce you to this game. My name is such and such, such and such. Here you go.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. That's what I like to see.
I think
so that was well
Microsoft.
done.
Microsoft, they want to lean towards. They thought was that they're leaning towards more cloud gaming, and they're requiring a lot of studios. So they're either amassing a team for like greater games to release, or they're really just trying to lean towards having more access to like all the games that have been in different catalogs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, not to necessarily know what to expect from Microsoft at this point. And unfortunately, like, you know, with the whole thing, not to bring them up again with Bungie and whatever happened, like they were even talking about how maybe Microsoft didn't buy Bungie after the whole Halo thing, because with Destiny, they might have, like someone was saying, like a YouTuber I was watching was talking about they're like, they don't have their books balanced or something like that. So Bungie might have been like a financial risk for Microsoft. And like with them trying to find a home and Microsoft trying to take on Halo, and now Halo is kind of like becoming this like live service like game. I think the story's kind of suffered a little bit. It's kind of like, you know, not to mention the Halo series on Peacock and everything, but
which looks amazing.
Yeah, but like, how did you, I don't know if you talked about this on your pod before about like Chief taking his helmet off more often, or like Chief taking his helmet off.
I haven't actually. I haven't even seen the first season.
That's all people. I haven't seen it either. But
everybody made a big fuss about it though. But I'm like,
yep, I haven't seen it either. But like I saw a post. We post some recently. Like they talk about his helmet being off more often in season 2, and everybody's like, just stop it. Like, you know, stop it. You know. So.
Oh my! Oh yeah, they were all talking about him getting it on too. Like,
yeah.
Well, what do you expect?
Who asked for that? What? Who asked for that? Nobody. But I'm sorry. I guess we missed a couple of these, but I think overall, like, and then I think Hoyo versus Dust, who makes Genshin Impact, that's who's making this Zenless Zone Zero game. So shoot, you know, okay, you know, putting out another IP
for real.
It's great.
Oh, you know. Goodness. Yeah, this. Oh, go ahead.
Like, no, PlayStation.
Okay. Yeah, they did that. Like, this showcase was really straight to the point. I like how they did that. That I'm telling you, like on the Xbox side, they need to do better with that. Just like with the last showcase as well. Spooky was mentioning how they could have, like, for what's the game they showed? Hellblade, for example. Okay, Hellblade. Yeah. He was saying that, you know how they were showing like the behind the scenes, like them in their bodysuits doing the motions for the game. He was saying they could have separated that from the gameplay. They should have had it to where, hey, if you want to see behind the scenes, go to YouTube, watch it here or watch it there. And then just show like the gameplay for the showcase. Don't show the behind the scenes, because that kind of takes away from advertising. So Spooky was mentioning that. I was like, yeah, you have a point. You have a point. They should separate that so we can see some more gameplay. But I was telling him also, maybe they figure, oh, they already know what the first game looks like. The second game's going to look even better. So it's kind of like people have a gist of what it's going to look like. So. But I don't know.
What do we know? We just been playing games for, I'm sorry if to age us trend, we've been playing games for almost 20, 25 years between the two of us.
Yeah.
Know a little something on what people probably might be expecting. Like, but somebody up top not knowing something, like, what you doing?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get caught up with the chat here. Sir X-Man says, oh wait, I read that part. Everything we are saying right now in Hello is before Reach. The Reach series starts in the 2nd season. Oh, okay. See, I haven't watched any of them, but I've heard nothing but great things. Because did the 2nd season of Halo start already? The series?
Mm-mm.
It hasn't started yet. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but everybody's anticipating it. I'm glad everybody's enjoying it. I gotta figure out how to watch it. I'm sure I'll find a way. I'm trying to see what else. Oh. So yeah, my heart goes out to everybody that has unfortunately lost their jobs in these companies. Because I remember since I was a little girl, I've always dreamt of working for a gaming company, and it's like seeing everybody going through the hoops. And because it's like you wake up, you never know if you're gonna have a job or not. You know what I mean? So it's really unfortunate. People be working their tails off, and all of a sudden, see ya. You know, so my heart goes out to everyone that has lost their job working on these games for years, or working on these games and they're not even going to come out. So my heart goes out to everybody with that. Yeah, that's hard, because working in the gaming industry is like a dream for like any gamer. But again, it's like you think about it and it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm trying to feed my family, and all of a sudden I wake up and I'm told I don't have a job anymore. I've been at this job for like 13 years or 16 years and I don't have a job anymore. Like, why? So I couldn't even imagine. That's gotta be hard. What were your thoughts on that, Eric, when you heard about that? People
Same idea. Same idea as you, like feeling bad that people that are doing something with that they're passionate about and being let go.
Yeah.
And shout out to me, maybe the people that might not have been so passionate and or probably maybe rightfully let go. It depends on your point of view.
Yeah.
But that might not have been where you needed to be. And I think also for some people, when you got let go, touch on it a little bit. Trends kind of like I'll look at it like from the universe, God. It's like that's not where you're supposed to be right now.
Right.
So. Sometimes I can look at it as that, or look at it as a blessing. Like you're supposed to be somewhere else.
Right. And he always opens another door.
Amen.
Yeah, that's for sure. Sir X-Men says, and Reach is before Halo Combat Evolved original.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So Master Chief, Master Chief, I think did exist before Reach. So I think you're right on that. I think
that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sir X-Men, for that reminder. Then
yeah,
he
no,
said
that's what I was like
second
when he
season
said
starts February 8th. Oh, go ahead, Eric.
When he said season 2 is going to be Reach, and I'm like, wait, so I mean, if you look at it that way, I guess Chief taking his helmet off more often before Reach era maybe makes more sense because he might have been a younger guy.
Right.
That makes more sense.
That does.
Because we don't know Chief's history before Halo 1, really. We just know like a couple mentions. Like I think if you look up his like wiki, it's like he was like a very efficient kid. Like he like defeated these guys when he was younger or something like that. Like the whole super soldier serum situation.
Right.
So I mean, okay. I mean that changes perspective. X-Man, thank you. I think that opened my eyes a little bit and thinking about it that way, like how that would work.
I wonder if they tell you more information on Master Chief in the books, because I've never read the Halo books at all. But you know how sometimes the books explain more, just like when they came out with like Gears of War like books, like you find out about soldiers that we never knew existed, and sometimes they put them in the game, like, oh, I've heard of that character, they're in this book or that book or whatever. So yeah, maybe they tell more of his story in the book, maybe.
No, most likely. Like books can go deeper into probably what games or even movies can. Well, absolutely what movies can. It's like don't even get me started on like the recent revelations about the Harry Potter movies and how they are like a keyhole of what the books tell you. I only read the books up to like 3, but I didn't read it.
I never read those books. They are thick though.
Well, like 1 and 2 aren't that thick. Is when you start getting to 3 is when you can hit somebody over the head with that jaw and give them a little damage. You know,
Where
like I
am
have in
I?
the third book. I hit you with a fantasy for real.
Oh my gosh. Sure, X-Men says at the end of Reach, that's when you saw the Master Chief. Oh. Oh yeah. That's right.
All I remember at the end of Reach was was it fighting off the dudes and then just looking up at the sky and getting glass?
That was emotional. Reach was a very emotional game because first of all, you met what's her name's son? Dr. Halsey's son is in Reach. Then you meet Kate or Kat. No, in the game.
Where?
He's the one. He was the older gentleman that was
on the team.
He was in
the leader of the team was her son.
Yeah,
or
not the young looking one, but the older looking guy. Okay, do you remember on one of the missions when he
Google why you talking?
Do you remember one of the missions that it was? I actually cried. Where you had to like activate blowing up the ship.
George?
And he gave you his tags.
George is Halsey's son?
Yeah.
Wait.
He gave you the tag and then he told you to send a message, I think to Halsey or whatever. And then he pushed you off the ship as it exploded.
Oh yeah, I remember George. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's her son.
Do we know this? Now I'm Googling it now. We're up here in Reddit. The Reddit lewd was like, I was thinking about that misconception that Halsey is George's mom, and it made me wonder if it would mean he was really her son.
Because I was even in shock. I was like, wait, that's her son?
I don't believe that.
When I played the game.
I don't believe that. That lady was crazy. Halsey was wild.
She might have been smart, but she was crazy smart.
Yeah, dude. I don't know about that.
Sir X-Men says that's why the Halo show was the innovation of the Master Chief. And yeah, Reach was very emotional. How everybody got passed away in that game.
You and I played a lot of Reach, but how many times have you played through that story, Trent?
I lost count. I lost count. And here's the thing that boggles my mind, because I know they were experimenting. I remember, like it was yesterday, people were complaining about the executions. You know how you can climb on the enemies and execute them? Like with a knife or whatever? There was people that didn't like that. I said, are you kidding me? I'm like, that is so freaking tight how you can like get more involved and tackle an enemy and stab them like in different styles and stuff. And you're saying you don't like that? It wasn't for everybody. I get that, but I thought that was sick, and I was hoping they kept those options in the Halo games like throughout time. But Reach is actually the only game that they kept that combat style in. But I loved it. I was in love with that, able to climb on the enemies and tackle them, and in different ways. I thought that was sick.
We made so many videos from that. Like, remember the pictures I posted on Facebook? Just all those screenshots, man.
Yes. I still have my old screenshots.
Man.
When I used to edit like all the angles of when I was attacking the enemies and all that. Yeah.
Were you there that time I saved Pac one time when he was about to get anime taken out and like the shot went through the bull's back of the head and like we won the game or whatever? Like,
yeah, I remember that. Oh my gosh, so many great memories. Sir X-Men says, that's why I read that part. Master Chief was adopted.
Yeah, I know about that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, nothing on at least on record saying that he was Halsey's son, but one thing is saying that the Legendary Edition developer commentary, George is listed as MIA in compliance with the ONI directive of Spartans never dying.
I think he kept it secret about Halsey being his mom because of everything that she was dealing with.
But how you gonna keep it a secret from us? And it's fictional. It's not even on the John. He might as well tell everybody now.
Because I think he told from what I remember, I think he told one of the characters, I think it was me or somebody else, that Halsey was his mom. They're like, oh, okay.
Maybe his mom in concept that she made the program.
Oh.
No, George is a Spartan too, just like Master Chief, and Halsey was basically the one running the program.
Mm-hmm.
The reason he refers to her as mom is because the Spartan 2s were kidnapped when they were children and thus don't remember their parents. So she is his mom as much as she is John's mom. And by John, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Master Chief.
Yes.
So by proxy, she is the mother of Spartans, yes.
Okay. Okay. So not like biologically.
No.
Okay, because they made it sound like he was
the way she treated life. I really couldn't imagine if her giving, like her character giving birth to anybody, because she really just treated life like
she was off the
like
chain.
she was a scientist. Like she was purely like a whole like experiment. Like, oh, that happened. Oh, crazy. Like
she was married to her work for real. She was committed
100%.
and crazy.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh my goodness. Sir X-Men says in the Reach game, you saw nothing but soldiers, and every once in a while they would interact with the Spartans. Then he says Master Chief was the only one to receive the Cortana program.
Yes, that was Reach 1. No, not Reach 1. Halo 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 1, you know.
I do remember at the end of Halo Reach when you're fighting off like all those guys and you die, you see like Master Chief taking off in the ship in the background, like from behind the mountain. Because they say when you move your camera, you can see him taking off. But
yeah, but that's the first. That's when you start Googling Master Chief during Reach. He was in orbit boarding a space station to enact the Cole Protocol on docked ships there. The Cole Protocol says that if you are being boarded, you must get rid of all navigational information. That way the Covenant can't get to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's from the series.
Oh, that's from the
during
series.
The downfall. Let's get to Reddit during the downfall of Reach. But like you said, yeah, like, you know.
Man.
So you should pick up the novel Fall of Reach. Again, people like writing about stuff.
So when was ODST then?
That's between
because
isn't it after 3?
That was after 3.
No, sorry. Let me see.
Wait. Halo 3, then there was ODST.
It starts near the end of 2.
Okay.
And it continues into its own story while Halo 2 goes into its own.
Got it. Okay. I still gotta freaking beat Halo Wars 1 and 2. I gotta get into those games at some point. I have not beaten Halo 5 yet. And I have not beaten Halo Infinite yet. Because I used to be consistent on beating every Halo game on Legendary. I would pace myself. Yeah, and the skulls. Oh, I love the skulls, especially the birthday one. The little grunt. The grunt's my favorite enemy.
Like, it's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, I used to beat every Halo game on Legendary. And then when I got the Wars, that's when I stopped. I was like, oh, man. In Halo 5, that's when I stopped. So one of these days, I gotta continue. Because on Halo 5, I remember where I left off. I'm looking for Cortana. So I'm fighting those Guardians, those, what do you call them, Corinthians? Those metal-looking creatures.
Mm-hmm. Like
with the wings.
New guys. Yeah, the new guys.
Yeah, those dudes look tight, but they are a pain to fight. They are a pain to fight, but they
I stopped at Halo 4, so I think if it's the same dudes from the same creatures from 4, then I know what you're talking about.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Sir X-Men says Halo 3 is where they reached Earth and they were fighting on Earth in that game. Yeah.
Yeah, they do get to Earth and they do like the Covenant, like the whole thing. I think what happened with 3, yo, like
oh man.
They were Halo 2 was I never played Halo 2. Fun fact.
You never played Halo 2?
Nah, I never played Halo 2.
Oh, I got into the online part late because I remember back in the original Xbox days, which I still own, I was playing a lot of Unreal Tournament online. And so when I finally got Halo 2, I was like, oh, finally I can play Halo 2 online. Right when I started playing Halo 2 online, oh, we're going to shut down the servers.
That's crazy.
I'm like, I
sorry.
just started playing it online. Like, so I never experienced the Halo 2 online experience at the time because they shut it down right when I got into it. So I'm like, oh, that sucks.
That does suck.
But yeah.
Yeah, it does suck. It's just like, but I think what was 3? Because 3 was like the culmination of everything, like the flood and the covenant and like whatever Chief did at the end of 3 just made them like all put down arms and like create like a ceasefire. Like I wish I remember the story that I mean I could definitely say when I played 3 I was paying attention, but I was more just like just being Chief, like
right,
like you know.
I could not
I
stand
don't know
the
what,
flood. Those things were nasty, man. Oh,
you mean the Hive?
yeah, well, I call them the flood.
I know. Well,
No,
yeah, no,
well,
but I'm saying the Hive because it's
the
like
Hive. Oh yeah, yeah.
it's like because Hive like that, and then like jokingly Warframes infested are the same concept, right? You know, like in every game, almost like scientific game has like a military based faction, a rebel like enemy faction, and then there's like that third that's just like, oh, it gets in your skin and just like it's like, oh, okay, I wonder where you got that from.
Oh
just
gosh.
say it's the flood without saying it's the flood. Just call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. You know?
For real. Yeah.
But yeah, no, they freaked me out. I think the first time I ever saw was when I think Halo 3 was my first game. My first Halo game. And it was like when Chief was like, "What's that?" and then the ship crashed. No, Cortana's like, "What's that?" and Chief was like, "The flood." I'm like, "The what?" And all you see is like all around the corners, you see all these things. Like I was like,
they were like little body snatchers. They would just go into a soldier and just start
and turn him immediately. I was like, "Oh!" Like,
I said, "What in the thing is this?" Oh,
that's
hell no.
That's where my aversion to like creatures that can like, attach themselves to things. Like it's like, if I ever got the Venom symbiote, I think I would die first because the act of it happening to me would I would die before I even appreciate. Well, depending on the symbiote I get, because like either Venom creates like a friendliness with me, or the other symbiote that's like type time, like, oh, about to eat your innards and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay,
other symbiotes. Like people act like, I want Venom. It's like, y'all just know that the one that y'all know was friendly with Eddie and he was like eating his cancer or whatever. But
right. Sir X-Men says, I hope you get through Halo 2 on the Master Chief Collection. Just let me know. Right on. And then he says, I've been on Xbox Live for 20 years and I've played them all. Yes.
Respect.
Yes. I know I feel all old. I have like one of those medals on my Xbox profile that says I've been on Xbox Live for like, what does it say, 13 years? 14 years, something like that. I said, well, there's more, but that was from like 360 days. That's not added on top of that. So it's longer if you think about it.
Right.
So anyway, Eric, it is time to end this wonderful conversation and thoughts on the state of play and all the Destiny combos that we had and everything. Thank you for being here. This is like what, a first, huh?
Yeah, I think it's the first time we've chatted like this.
Oh my gosh.
Since Xbox 360, I'm pretty sure. Like we like sent each other messages for years, but I think it's the first time we've ever like actually interacted. I think this is the first time we've ever like seen each other like this, period.
Yes.
So yeah.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh.
Technology is great.
Okay.
This stuff didn't exist when we were playing, like, you know, like this stuff didn't exist.
No.
So.
But thank you. It's a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. It means a lot. And everybody in chat, if you ever want to join, I'm all looking over here at cameras right there. If you guys ever want to join me, like in the future on the pod, let me know. I would love to have you on and hear your thoughts. Wow, this is the longest I've been on the pod. It's like a record for me. So this was truly a blessing. Sir X-Men says, my friends have the max years on Xbox Live, 21 years. That's because they were beta testers. Then he says, "Sir, I'll jump in your chat sometimes if you want on a show." Yeah, for sure. And I'll add you to my DM because I have a group chat in there for sure. I'll add you. And if anybody else wants to be added, let me know. I would love to have you in there and hear your thoughts for sure. So Eric, thank you so much, sir, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Please tell your queen hi for me. I hope she's doing well. And I will see you next time.
Peace out, everybody. I'll probably try to definitely check your streams often too when we chat. So be around.
Yes, sir.
Right. Take care, everybody.
All right, take care, Eric. Thank you. Have a great night. All right, chat. Thank you so much, Sir X-Men, for being here. I appreciate you and hearing all your input, and all your Halo history and facts. Pluck, thank you so much for being here. It's always great to see you as well. Frosty Phoenix, who just left, thank you again for being a guest on my pod and sharing your thoughts and experiences. Ultimate Team Tron, thank you for being here. Shotfather, thank you for being here. And Miss K, thank you for being here, sis. It's so good to see you always. Don't forget to follow each other, you guys, and keep in touch. Get to know each other. Some of y'all are not on Twitter, which I know already. I can only contact you through YouTube. But I'm grateful to just share my gaming experience with everybody. And again, even though I don't own a PlayStation, I just love seeing everybody enjoying gaming in general and looking forward to playing these games. It just makes my heart happy to see that. But for sure, these games are fire that are on the PlayStation, and I would most definitely hit those games up for sure if I owned a PlayStation. But I'm sticking with Xbox at the moment. So, all right, you guys, you have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow for a game stream. And as an update, I beat Figment because I was working on that game Figment. So I have moved on to Figment 2. But tomorrow, I think I'm going to play some Halo. So if you guys want to join me on some Halo tomorrow when I stream, let me know. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. Stay true, stay you. And thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Yes, Tron, for sure, man. For sure. All right, you guys stay metal. Take care. Bye. Let's see there we go.